It is time. It is time for the prodigal son to return, for us to revisit Minefield Driller. Now, I used to play this thing back in the day in like the Kuraz deck because it has this cool effect that lets you grab back field spells. And everyone always made fun of it for being bad because, well, it is, but we have found some new technology thanks to What Are They Cooking segment from the other day. So we're going to be trying it out in Fortune Lady since the interaction with Future Visions is kind of cool, I guess. Mainly, we're just going to hopefully be able to do some Fortune Lady stuff in this episode. I packed in like as many ways to proc light as possible. We got compulsory, we got Future Visions, we got the Ruthless Denial. So hopefully we can just like resolve Fortune Lady Light, and that will maybe be enough. Otherwise, we do have Gadgetron, which is a pretty good card. We have Apprentice Magician to get to Fortune Lady Light, and then also a couple other targets. We got Grand Mole to solve any problem that Gadgetron doesn't solve, and we have just some generic staples mixed in with all the field spell stuff. So that's the list we're working with today. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Fortune Ladies kind of have this weird inherent weakness, though, and we're sort of making it twice as bad, too, with Gadgetron, where we've got all these cards that we need to be in deck and we don't want to draw, but maybe we should play Plague or something, actually. But it's just like, how would that even fit in? I don't know. This is the Fortune Lady build we've got. I don't play Fortune's Future. I do not like that card. I think it's just so like fragile and high rolly and difficult to set up. So I would rather just like stick with what we got here in terms of trying to proc light a bunch, which it is pretty good if you can just special summon a dude from the deck and draw 2 cards or Ring of Destruction a monster or go plus with Dark or whatever you do. So hopefully we can make some things happen with this Fortune Lady deck we got here. Let's go ahead and look at the replays. First match is up against Flamvel Sworn, and we are going second. The opponent has opened a kind of awkward hand. They think about torrentialing the mole, and they decide not to because they have Mind Con and stuff. They just go straight for Lila here, unfortunately hitting my Call the Haunted, which, yeah, the Call the Haunted would have been pretty good here. Potentially, we can go Future Visions with a light, and if they had Torrentialed here, it honestly might have been an issue, but they don't. They decide to hold off on it. Here we go for Trap Dust Shoot, take away the Flamvel Magician, because we got the Future Visions. I think we're kind of fine. They go for Torrential. We decide to just protect our light so we can keep doing stuff. So now we get to resolve Water, which is always a good feeling. We draw 2 cards. Ruthless Denial. We get to rip another card from their hand and then special summon another Fortune Lady from deck. We rip the Charge of the Light Brigade, get out the Fortune Lady Dark. So now we're just getting in for damage. We know the hand is Rekindling and Mind Control, and we are feeling pretty good. It could be awkward if they drew like an out for the back row, and then like Rekindling Mind Con, make a level 8 synchro, like a Thaw Ruler or a Stardust. But they just draw into Iron Wall. I decide to end phase, compulse that back. We get Iron Walled, but at this point it's too little too late because we have Lethal with the Minefield Driller. Yes! Minefield Driller for Lethal. Let's go! We didn't really use the Driller at all that game, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Game number 2, we go for Terraforming Gear Town, and then Gear Town into Gadgetron. Gadgetron hit over the set Raikou. Raikou clears it. Okay, I think I made a mistake. I like sided into this, and I just like totally forgot that Flamvel Sword plays a lot of spellcasters, so it's rarely actually live because they can always just summon like a Lila or whatever. They don't even bother outing the Secret Village, which is pretty funny because they just have another spellcaster. So we go into light here, which we can use with our Ruthless Denial, and then I think I get greedy and I go for dark. I guess they also have Dust Tornado too is the thing. Yeah, we go for dark, and I think this play ends up working out fine. So we hit over the dark, we get back light, and actually like set the water. Yeah, we were drawing water way too much in these matches, honestly. But then again, it's like I mentioned before, there's a lot of bad stuff to draw. So here we can go Ram, and then bring back the water, and then draw 2 cards. Anytime you resolve water, it's like crazy, obviously. Pot of Greed, Lamau. So we draw 2, hit for some more damage, set 2 cards, and they end phase Dust. They hit our Mirror Force, which is honestly the less valuable one. They go for Heavy Storm. We bring back the light. The light's going to get the fire from our deck. The fire's going to do the Ring of Destruction thing. And yeah, that's kind of just it for that match. So Fortune Ladies cleaning up here. Hopefully, we could see some Minefield Driller action in this match because we didn't really get much of it there. I mean, the card is kind of weird, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I go straight for double Gadgetron in this match, flip up the Crystal Seer. Unfortunately for us, they do have Gores. I take the Minefield Driller at this point, though, because we have the Future Visions, which means we can finally do the stupid combo where we Future Visions, banish the Minefield Driller, add back the Gear Town. So now we hit in. They're going to take 3,000, but drop Gores, which is spooky for sure. And then I think I set Judgment Pass. Here, they attack. Actually, why didn't they set Hamster? I think they might have lived if they had set Hamster. So we decided to go in again with the Gear Towns. I'm thinking, all right, if it's Raikou, they'll just pop. But I think if it was... They might have still died if they had set Hamster, actually. But they Raikou popped the Gadgetron that hasn't attacked yet, and then we just get it back with the MST. So we end up winning that one. And then on to game number 2. We honestly have an insane hand, I think, this match. Or this game. Yeah, our hand was so good. Our hand was so good. So we go for Gadgetron. It gets bottomless. I mean, that's fine. I think maybe this was a misplay. We should have just Sidra killed this. And then saved Future Visions for, like, solving an actual problem in the future. Because we just get dark and run over it anyway. It's, like, not that good. We should have saved this to do, like, a fire play later on, maybe. I mean, we have Dust Shoot, so we're feeling pretty good anyway, but... Yeah, I think that was probably a fluke or a mess up. Then we draw Gadgetron, which is like, yeah, it happens. Rough, not useful. They draw Lure, which is insanely good for them. They Tribute Summon Mally, and then I figure there's no point crowing this because they can just Burial put it back, so I might as well save it for a later point when the Crow will actually be like an unexpected disruption. They make Colossal Fighter, and then I think we Crow at this point. Yeah, so we get rid of that. But now it's like, see, if we had this Light here in our hand... This would have been a lot better at this point than having the Cyber Dragon still in our hand, because we could have... They would have had the Judgment or Fortunately Light Normal Summon or something. In any case, we go for the Driller, proc the Driller. So we do proc the Driller again. All right, that's decent, but it doesn't actually out the Colossal Fighter. And even if we do draw something to out the Colossal Fighter, we're going to get friggin' Solemned. We have Torrential, which is, like, fine. I should maybe have activated the Gear Town, actually, because then when the Driller died... I would have gotten back to Future Visions. We could have got out another Gadgetron. Probably would have been the better play there. So we Sidra hit over, and then I think we go for Torrential at this point. Yeah, we do go for Torrential at this point, and then they Judgment the Torrential. Sounds like, all right, we got to draw a Compulsory or a Apprentice Magician, and then we draw the Fire, which is hilarious because I've been waiting on a Light to try and out this thing, but now it's like, nope, that's not going to work. So I just scoop. I'm like, all right, well, this was a bad sequence of draws, I guess. So here, I made a mistake. I should have Torrentialed right here, but I forgot Thunder King stops Crystal Seal. Same way it stops, like, Duality. So that was a bit of a screw-up. Yeah, obviously should have just Torrentialed straight away at this point. Bit of a mistake. And we draw into Apprentice, which is solid. They just Mind Con it for some reason. I do not know why they Mind Conned like that. That was a really just pointlessly reckless Mind Con, I think. So this turn's kind of awkward, though. I don't know what to go for. I use the Ruthless Denial. We hit Dark on, which is very good. We go Dark. Then we go, like, Dark, hit over the Sidra. Bring back a Light, I think. And then pass. They draw into Greffer. Okay, they send. And they just attack. I think we drop Tragodia to try and make them choose between hitting over that or hitting over Light. And then I think here we made another mistake. I could have maybe just, like, kept Light and... Apprentice on the board, and then set the Driller, made Fortress hit over. I think set Driller, make Fortress hit over is a better play than what we ended up doing, because we ended up just, like, Fortressing with our 3,000 attack dude, and we could have just summoned a 3,000 attack dude after. So they try to Fortress with Fortress, which is obviously, yeah, that's not a legal play, because Fortress Dragon cannot be used as fusion material. It'd be pretty cool if you could Fortress, like, get into Fortress Wars, though. Honestly, I don't know why they did that, but, yeah, they summon Armed Wing, and then Apprentice does sort of answer everything here, because we draw a second Driller. It's so annoying, because we just, like, need to find a Terraforming. If we found a Terraforming or Future Visions, or even the Necro Valley we sided in at any point in this game, we were so golden, but we just can't. We just can't. We're on these dead Drillers, so we Fortress. I mean, you can't Fortress and then proc Driller anyway, obviously, because it misses timing, but... Yeah, I mean, we could have had them behind Torrential or, like, gotten Future Visions and resolved them or something, but instead, nope, we're just on some dead Drillers. At this point, they summon Sirocco, attack over. That's, like, kind of fine, whatever. If they draw Bottomless, I think we set Driller now. They summon Krebon's attack. They draw Judgment. I think we lose again because they have Judgment. Well, I shouldn't have switched to attack here, I guess. Because if they have set Judgment, we do lose if they draw into something to make a big monster. So, that is what ends up happening. So I guess if I had left it in defense, we would have lived a turn. We would have Torrential, then they would have Judgment, and then they would hit over, steal our guy, and then it's like we have to figure out a way to do something with Call of the Haunted plus whatever we draw. Honestly, it doesn't look good either way. We draw into Mirror Force, though. Okay, we could have lived for sure then, because we would have had the Mirror Force. So maybe this would have still been a game. I probably shouldn't have switched this Minefield Driller into attack mode to try and pressure over the Krebons then. I guess that was a little bit of an oversight on my part. But at least in this match, we got to resolve Minefield Driller a couple of times. Otherwise, it was pretty dead in Game 3, though. I feel like we were drawing kind of unlucky in some of these. Then again, it's like a whack deck where it's really easy to draw unluckily because you got all these like hard garnets in the Fortune Lady deck where it's just like you draw them, they don't do anything in your hand. They need to be in the deck. If they're not in the deck, then your other cards also don't do something. So it's just like a really poorly designed kind of archetype. But we tried our best to make it work. Tried our best to shove Minefield Driller into something again. So I view this video as an absolute success, honestly. But yeah, as always, let me know what you thought in the comments section. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.